You recording?
Yeah.
Alright, I had an accident exactly 1 week ago today. I will upload this video today, unless I lie and forget. But I don't know if you can hear me right now. It's not real pretty. I'm itching to get them out because Friday I get them out. Don't move the camera. Okay, once I review this video, this will be the first I've actually seen these staples. 1 week ago today, it is, what is today's date?
January 30th.
January 30th, so 1 week ago today, January 30th, 2019. If you live in the Goshen, Indiana area, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was almost like the weather wasn't quite cold enough to freeze all the ice, all the water, I should say, and basically, this isn't really trying to show as much as other than the staples in my head. I have 11 of them, and I'm going to recount what happened. And this is kind of for my benefit as well, because you know that fleeting dream you try to hold on to, you don't want to forget. I want to make sure, I know it sounds weird, but I want to make sure the events, I remember all the events of that day, because my memory was affected slightly. I am okay now. I'm just trying not to itch these staples out. This could be a long-winded video, so, and please leave your comment below and give a like if you've had a similar situation. I was walking outside my employer. We had a load ready. I had to go get the driver for that load to bring him in so he could sign the paperwork and be on his way. And as I was saying before, it's kind of a rain-snow mix, but there's still a lot of ice on the ground. There's water flowing over the top of the ice. I don't know if you guys ever run into that situation. Ice can be bad enough. That makes it worse. So I was walking out there, and I got almost to the road, about 15 feet or so away from the road, and I slipped and fell and bashed the back of my head. I was knocked unconscious. And I know I may have been knocked unconscious one time in a car accident. Other than that, I don't believe I've ever been knocked unconscious, and definitely not in that manner, not the back of my head. And what I'm going to do is describe exactly, in my words, exactly what happened that day after I came to. And also, according to my boss, they were looking for me for about 15 minutes and couldn't find me. I was alone. So I laid unconscious 15 minutes maybe. Could have been 10, could have been 15. Regardless, it was a long time to lay unconscious in the ice and water. My backside was already soaked up by the time I came to. I came to yelling, just incoherent yelling. And I remember all this. I do. My wits, I guess, were about me at the time. But it's just like my body refused to function for a short while after I came to. Like, I couldn't see. So the back of my head, the part of that video where you saw the back of my head, that's where the impact happened. And I guess it was quite bad. This, like I said, this will be the first time I've seen the staples. I've been kind of putting off doing this. Busy and, I don't know. I think it kind of sucks what happened. But I fell down, knocked unconscious. Okay, so I roll over onto my stomach, which is I guess bad too, because I soaked the front half of my body. So I was pretty much in less than, right around freezing temperatures. I was soaked from head to toe. Everything was wet. And okay, let me get back to where I was. I'm sorry. There, I hit my head on the cement, ice-covered cement. I'm sure the water I hit gave no resistance. I'm not really trying to add any visuals here, so sorry about that if that bores you. And then I came to, like I said, incoherently yelling. I flipped over, well, this was after my vision came back, because I couldn't see for, I don't know how long I couldn't see for, it wasn't real long. And then my vision came back. It's almost like when have you ever pushed on your eye and your vision goes away, and it sort of came back in that manner. And then I started realizing, it started more coherent what was going on. I flipped myself over, like I mentioned before, and soaked myself. And I remember my limbs, somehow I flipped them over, my limbs would not cooperate with me. It was so weird. My limbs, I was flailing about. and I couldn't get my arms or legs to cooperate. As you can see now, I can, you know, I have good control now, like I used to always. And the hard thing is, this whole thing happened, and I could have died because I think when I was laying on my stomach, I was getting exhausted trying to get up. One of the things I am grateful for is that while my senses were, I guess, coming back one by one, including my faculty, or my motor control and faculties. I was almost like a blobbering mess when I first came to. So I was sitting there, I was working on getting back up. And I eventually was able to get myself to a seated position, but by this time, being soaked head to toe, I did not apparently have the sense of what was cold and hot. The wet clothing on my body wasn't bothering me, not even in the least. So I think maybe that was probably a good thing, maybe a defensive system in the body that allowed me to do that. Because if I was frozen, I'm not sure I would have made it. But I was about 15 feet from the road, and I was on my stomach flailing around trying to get up, and people were driving by, and I could see in their window. I guess I can't understand. Would you people out there, would you actually drive by a person struggling like that and not help them? I mean, I guess it's incomprehensible to me. But I did get myself to a seated position, and I got standing. I sat there for a second and gathered myself, my thoughts. I walked over to the semi-truck, and I banged on his window and said, "Sir, your load is ready. Let's go back inside and sign the paperwork and get you on your way." And I said, "By the way, we won't go around this way instead of the other way, which is the way I come from." Okay. I'm going to go to Google Map. There we are. Okay. That's my employer, Foamcraft. That is too. This building and this, I don't know how well this shows up on the screen. Let me turn it to satellite. Okay. I wonder how close I can get without, you know what I mean? I don't want to go street view. Okay, this is not a super old picture. This is when if you guys seen in some of my other videos, I have a lot of work I done on a Saab 9.5, and I'm sorry, on and on. Alright, I come out this door here, and I walked, and I got in front of this trailer. I was about right here, somewhere in here where I slipped and fell, and hit my head, and I was laid out spread eagle, facing up, thankfully. And some people say it's probably good I laid in the ice and chilled my injury. But the tractor, no, it was in front of this pit, I'm sorry, right here. And the tractor was right here. This is not current photo, so the tractor was right here, somebody was here. So I was laying here bleeding, and the guy sitting in here, he didn't know. He's got a tall vehicle. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", 300 pounds. And, but I guess people going on this way didn't seem to care the guy was laying in the snow, not able to move. Unconscious, anyway. Well, I digress. There's the tractor here, and this is where I finally came to. I yelled, I flipped over, then it took a while for my ability, my motor skills to come back, and then I was able to sit, and I sat there for a little bit, and then stood up, and gathered myself, I guess my thoughts and stuff. Then I walked over around to him and banged on his tractor, you know, knock on a door. And I told him about it. As I was walking this way, he says, "Dude, you're bleeding." And it's really sketchy memory. I walked up to here because the road was a little better this way. And then I walked into here, and that's the entryway. Oh no, I'm sorry, my bad. Google Map problem there. We don't have yellow lines that wide. I walked in here, and I walked over about to here in the building. I know it doesn't mean anything to you because you don't know what it looks like inside. But right about here is where I got help. Now I started vaguely, my memory was real sketchy between here to here. And then they had me sit in a chair because I guess I was going down. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I'm not there. See, I don't remember. I remember I was on here on Toledo Road headed towards what we call WorkCom, which is right here. Headed here, and I just remember sitting in that chair, and all of a sudden I'm on this Toledo Road headed to there, and he dropped me off. I went to the back. One of my coworkers dropped me off. And I went to the back, and they did their thing, stapled me up. But before they stapled me up, they wanted to take me out for a visual acuity test with that kind of head injury. And I started to stand up, and I said, I need a trash can. So I thought I was going to throw up. They're going to get me a trash can, and fortunately I didn't throw up, but unfortunately I actually lost consciousness again. And then I came to, there's like only one or two people, probably two people around me, but when I came to, there was like twice that or more around me. It's amazing. It is actually the most painful and worst part about the whole thing was coming to from past, because I had a major headache for a split second. After that, oddly enough, I really hadn't had any headaches with this whole incident. I know this is a long video, but I'm just trying to chronicle what happened here to me that day. And it's something I wouldn't want to do again, but I thought I better, for my sake anyway, I guess I wanted to give an account for what happened, because this whole incident sucked. It's not fun. If you've ever been knocked out or unconscious, or you find someone unconscious, don't treat it lightly. The doctor, today's Wednesday, we have a wind chill advisory up to, I want to say 55 below is what it last said. And WorkCom, this place here, has given me the follow-up appointment to remove staples this Friday. So I got to wait 2 days. I'm pretty coherent now. First day or two afterward, I was kind of fuzzy a little. Not to mention, right after I came to, I felt a lot of tinglies. But I still think that probably I should have had a CT scan. The doctor, in his words, is I do not believe, or think, or however he said it, he did not believe I had a concussion. And because he wasn't sure, that's a little disconcerting to me, but okay. He didn't know. Now, I don't know. I guess my whole point of doing this, like I said, is to chronicle what happened, because it's a very, like I said in the beginning, a very fleeting video. I know it's a long video, and you guys probably have clicked off by now, but it's almost a surreal experience. It's frightening. I mean, while I was struggling, when I flipped over, I was struggling to get up. I was sorely tempted to lay my head down and take a nap. And that could have been fatal. And I could have been gone. Life is so fragile. Life is so easily lost. I mean, cherish what you got while you got it, because this could have been it for me. So, I mean, the fact that I was alone, the fact that, I wasn't technically alone. Those idiots driving by on the road didn't see fit to help me. And I can't understand if they didn't see me, but I can't believe, it was kind of busy. I can't believe no one saw me laying there flailing on the side of the road. 6'2", 300 pounds. Do you miss that too easily? Probably not. But then again, maybe I'm being a little judgmental, but it was kind of a scary experience. Just let me know what you think below. If you feel like it, give it a like. And it was scary. Thanks for your time, and thanks for your patience. And you have a great day. Stay warm.